if nothing else, pay attention to this one. Get the travel. Hey, it's KJ. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 7 unpopular tips for going on a Disney cruise. My first tip, or my first unpopular tip, is book an inside room. If you're going on a cruise and it's only 2 to 3 nights, you're not really going to be spending much time in the room. So that would be the perfect opportunity to book an inside room. Similar to when my family and I go on vacation to Walt Disney World in December, we don't really spend a ton of time in the room. So that's usually when we stay at value resorts. So just like if you're going on a shorter cruise, you're not going to be spending a ton of time in the room. You're probably only going to use the room to shower and sleep. So booking an inside room definitely saves you a lot of money. So I know I just said if you're going on a short cruise, you won't be spending a lot of time in the room, but also if you're going on a long cruise, getting an inside room, like I said, will save you a ton of money. So if you're going on a 7-night cruise or a 10-night cruise, you may decide to save money that way and just spend a lot of time not in your room, just be out doing all the things you can do on a cruise ship. So definitely don't skip on the inside room. My next tip, don't skip out on the older ships, especially if it has Castaway Cay on the itinerary, which I'll get to in a minute. The ships may be older, but they're still Disney and you're still going to get the unmatched service of Disney Cruise Line. Like, Disney Cruise Line service is the best service that Disney has to offer. Along with the unmatched service, you'll also get great Disney entertainment and delicious food. So now while your cruise ship might feel the same whether you're on the large ship or a smaller ship because the people and size, it's all like proportionate, but if you go to Castaway Cay, the number of people on the island, if you're on one of these smaller, older ships, will be less than if you were going on, say, like the Dream, which can hold a lot more people. There'll be a lot more people on the island. So if you're going on an older ship, a smaller ship, less people on Castaway Cay. You're going on a newer ship with more people on Castaway Cay. So that would probably be my biggest reason to go on one of the older ships. My next unpopular tip is to pack carry-on only. These staterooms, they are small. They are smaller than a standard hotel room. They're smaller than the rooms in Walt Disney World. Even the value rooms, they are smaller than those. Staterooms are small on a cruise ship. So I suggest packing in a carry-on because the less stuff you have, the less stuff you have to figure out where it's going to go in the room, especially if you have a stroller. So we have 3 kids, so we have 2 strollers that we have to fit in a stateroom. So definitely packing carry-on is key for us. If you're going on a longer cruise, they do have laundry rooms or places that you can do your laundry on the ship. So you can bring laundry sheets with you and you can wash your clothes while on board. That way you can just mix and match your clothes. They'll be clean and you'll be good to go. Or you can also get those Tide packs that you can wash your clothes in the sink. So if you don't want to even bother with a laundromat, just get those little Tide sheets, little Tide laundry detergent things that are meant to wash your clothes in the sink, and you're good to go. My next unpopular tip, stay on the cruise ships during ports of call. Take a look at your itinerary ahead of time and really dig into what each port of call offers and if there's something there that you really want to do. If there is a port of call that you've been to before, or maybe one that you really have no interest in going to, consider skipping it. On our last cruise, we were on the Disney Wish and it stopped at Nassau. I've been to Nassau before, didn't have any interest in going to it on this particular cruise, so we decided to stay on board, and the ship is definitely less crowded when you're in a port of call. My next unpopular tip is to skip the buffet at lunchtime and go to a sit-down restaurant instead. So on the Disney cruise ships, you can actually skip the buffet, you can skip Cabanas, skip Marceline Market for lunchtime. You could eat on the pool deck as well, but did you know you could also sit at one of the rotational dining restaurants? So for example, if you were on the Dream, you could eat at Enchanted Garden for one of your meals for your lunch. So rather than deal with the crowds at the buffet, go hit up one of the rotational dining. Now, not all of them are open. It depends on the ship, it depends on the restaurant, but at least one of them will be open during the day for lunch. You get a menu, you can order off the menu instead of having to go to the buffet. We are going on the Disney Dream this spring, so that is definitely what I plan to do. I think I want to do that on Embarkation Day. Go to one of the rotational dining sit-down restaurants rather than going to Cabanas on Embarkation Day, because I just think it's going to be a little less crowded, which I like to avoid the crowds, especially on that first day. You also have the option to get room service. Room service is included on your Disney cruise, and if you're wondering what else is included on Disney cruise, I did do a video on that, so I will link that down below. I tell you everything that is included on a Disney cruise, but that is something else you can do if you don't want to go to the buffet. If you don't want to go to a sit-down restaurant, you can also order room service. My next unpopular tip, use a travel agent. Now, no, I am not a travel agent, and we usually do not use travel agents. John and I are both Disney cast members, so we really can't use travel agents because we have to book through like our cast member system. However, For Disney cruising, we do use a travel agent, and I will leave my travel agent's information down below. Her name is Alex. She's one of my very good friends, and she is amazing, and I wish I could use her for all of my trips. And no, she did not ask me to give her this plug. It's just, I really love her. She's great, and she makes the experience so easy. So just use a travel agent. I highly recommend it, especially if you've never been on a cruise before. They are so helpful. They do everything for you. It just makes everything so much easier. Like, I don't know why people don't use travel agents. I really don't. Last year was the first time we ever used a travel agent. Again, it was my friend Alex, and it was so great. Like I said, I wish we could use her for all of our Disney trips, but we are cast members, so we're unable to. But for all of our cruising, we will definitely be using her. Oh, and did I mention it's free? You guys, a travel agent, it's completely free to use, so why wouldn't you use one? And my next tip, you guys, if nothing else, pay attention to this one. Get the travel insurance. I promise you, you will not regret it. I will tell you what you will regret if you need it and then don't have it. So for me personally, I'd rather have the travel insurance and not need it, not use it, than not get the travel insurance and then after the fact realize that I did need it and don't have it. So that would be, like I said, if you don't listen to any of these tips, but one, this is the one to listen to. This one is the best tip that I will give you in this video. So make sure you guys write that one down, store it in your brain, whatever. Get the travel insurance. You will not regret it. Things happen in life, and good or bad, and maybe you get a job promotion and you can't go away anymore. You get a new job, you can't go away anymore, or something unfortunate happens in your family, or someone gets sick, or just whatever. Get the travel insurance, because if you can't go, you're going to be out a lot more money than if you had just spent the money on the travel insurance. So those are all of my unpopular cruise tips. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree, if you disagree, what you guys think. If you have any other unpopular cruising tips as well, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys liked today's video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. And if you're new and you like the content, I would love to have you hit that red subscribe button down below, turn it from red to gray, and join our little fam here. We are going on a cruise this spring. I have a lot of cruising content coming your way, and I cannot wait to share it with you. And if you guys made it all the way to the end of the video, leave me a little purple heart so I know you made it to the end. I always like to see who sticks around to the end. And with that, I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!